They didn't build the system overnight, and they didn't build it with bad intentions. Systems like this are never created by one group in one moment. They form slowly, piece by piece, rule by rule, incentive by incentive. Each part looks reasonable on its own. Each change feels small, but over time the pieces lock together, and once they do, escape becomes very difficult. Most people believe they are free because they can choose what to buy, where to work, and how to live. But freedom is not about choices on the surface. It's about constraints underneath. A system doesn't need to block your path to control you. It only needs to shape the ground you walk on. From the moment you are born, you enter a structure you did not design. You are given a number. You are measured. You are tracked. Not because someone hates you, but because large systems need order to function. Order requires data. Data requires identification. And identification quietly becomes dependency. As you grow, the system teaches you what matters. It teaches you what success looks like. Good grades, good behavior, a good resume, a good job. None of these are bad. But notice something important. Almost everything you are rewarded for prepares you to fit into the system, not to question it. You are taught how to follow rules before you are taught how to understand incentives. You are taught what to think before you are taught how to think. This is not a conspiracy, it is efficiency. Systems optimize for stability, not independence. Then money enters the picture. Money is one of the most powerful tools ever created. It allows strangers to cooperate. It allows complex societies to function. But money is also a leash, because once your survival depends on it, whoever controls its flow influences your behavior. At first, money feels simple. Earn it, spend it, save a little. But as life becomes more complex, money becomes central. Housing depends on it. Healthcare depends on it. Education depends on it. Security depends on it. And slowly your choices narrow. Debt is introduced as a solution. It helps you move forward before you are ready. It helps you buy things you cannot yet afford. Again, this is not evil, it's practical. But debt has a hidden feature. It pulls future effort into the present. Once you owe, your time is no longer fully yours. Your future work is already promised. Miss a payment and penalties appear. Miss enough and the system tightens. Not with violence, but with restrictions. Fewer options, higher costs, less flexibility. This is how control works in modern systems, not through force, but through dependence. Work becomes mandatory, not because you want luxury, but because you need stability. And stability requires income. Income requires compliance, not total obedience, but enough alignment to keep the system running. At this point, many people believe the solution is to earn more, and earning more does help. But it also pulls you deeper into the same structure. Higher income often means higher costs. Bigger homes, bigger obligations, more to lose. The system rewards those who play well inside it. Promotions, status, comfort. But these rewards come with invisible strings. The more you gain, the harder it becomes to step away. Your lifestyle becomes fragile. A pause becomes expensive. This is one of the most important ideas to understand. Fragility is the real trap. Not rules, not laws. Fragility. A system doesn't need to lock the door if leaving means falling. As the system grows larger, it becomes more complex. Rules multiply, forms increase, processes slow down. No single person understands the whole thing anymore. Even the people running parts of it are trapped inside their roles. Complexity creates distance. Decisions are made far away from their consequences. Responsibility is spread so thin that no one feels fully accountable. This is not corruption, it is structure. Technology accelerates this process. Algorithms decide what you see. Models decide what you qualify for. Scores decide how risky you are. These tools are efficient. They are also impersonal. When a system runs on models, you become a variable. Your story matters less than your data, and data is easier to manage than people. At this stage, many feel a quiet pressure they cannot name. Life feels busy, but progress feels slow. Effort increases, but security doesn't. People feel tired even when things seem fine. This is not a personal failure. It is a system-level outcome. The system is designed to extract steady participation, not maximum fulfillment. It needs you productive, predictable, and calm enough not to resist. Stress is tolerated, Burnout is accepted. Collapse is postponed. Every system like this depends on belief. Belief that tomorrow will be better. Belief that effort will be rewarded. Belief that the rules are mostly fair. As long as belief holds, the system holds, but belief weakens when outcomes stop matching expectations. When people work harder but fall behind. When prices rise faster than wages. When promises feel empty. To manage this, the system often adds layers instead of fixing foundations. More programs, more adjustments, more messaging. Again, not because of malice, but because short-term stability is easier than deep reform. Over time, this creates noise, confusion, distraction. People argue about symptoms instead of causes. Energy is spent sideways, not forward. The system does not fear anger. It fears clarity. Clarity leads to questions. Questions lead to changes. Changes threaten stability. That's why truly escaping a system like this is so difficult. Not because escape is forbidden, but because the cost is high and the path is unclear. If you step away, you lose benefits. You lose certainty. You lose protection. And, unless you have built alternatives, the fall can be painful. This is why most people don't leave. They adapt. They cope. They adjust expectations downward, and the system continues. But here is the part most people miss. No system is total. No system is perfect. And no system controls outcomes completely. Systems shape probabilities, not destinies. Understanding how the system works does not mean rejecting it. It means interacting with it intelligently. It means reducing fragility. It means increasing optionality. Optionality is the opposite of being trapped. Optionality means having choices when conditions change. It means not needing one outcome to survive. The system is strongest when you have no buffer. When one missed paycheck causes panic. When one mistake causes collapse. When one rule change ruins you. The system is weakest when you are resilient. When you can wait. When you can say no. When you are not rushed. This is why discipline matters. Not discipline for punishment, but discipline for independence. Low fixed costs. Transferable skills, long-term thinking. Most people try to fight systems emotionally. That never works. Systems don't respond to anger. They respond to incentives. When you change your incentives, your position changes. This is not about rebellion. It's about alignment. You cannot break a system you depend on. But you can step into positions where its pressure matters less. History shows this again and again. In every large system, a small group understands the rules deeply. They don't panic. They don't chase noise. They build quietly. They don't try to escape completely. They reduce exposure. The system can trap someone who needs very little and can adapt quickly. That is the quiet truth. The design you feel is not a cage made of bars. It is a web made of obligations. The way out is not force. It is preparation. Preparation looks boring. Saving instead of spending. Learning instead of signaling. Building instead of showing. It looks slow. And that's why most people don't do it. But slow systems beat fast emotions. Math beats impulse. Structure beats motivation. The system you feel trapped in was designed for scale, not freedom. But scale always leaves gaps, and those gaps are where independence lives. Not total independence, that's a fantasy, but enough independence to breathe, enough to choose, enough to wait. You don't escape the system by running. You escape by becoming hard to control. Hard to control does not mean aggressive. It means resilient. It means flexible. It means calm when others are forced to rush. The system feeds on urgency. Remove urgency and its grip weakens. That is the part they never teach you. Not because it's secret, but because it doesn't serve the system to teach it. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you understand it, the system stops feeling invisible. It becomes something you can navigate instead of something that owns you.